feel like we did this once before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Spring.
The unveiling.
The reveal, the springtime reveals or unwrappings.
Yeah.
I won't say the stuff.
You're looking at a small car that gets good mileage, the new Dodge Aspen. But Aspen, for all its small car talent, has some interesting big car virtues. Like room for 6, super visibility. Something we invented called isolated transverse suspension that gives it a smooth, big car ride. Yet when you get to price, Aspen becomes a small car again. You know, smaller really feels bigger in a Dodge Aspen.
Oh, here's the keys. All right, hasn't been started in probably a week. I'll let her warm up a little bit. So currently we have 30,960 miles. We bought it with 29,000 something.
Yeah.
So put 1,000 miles or so on it. I think the choke on the carburetor might need some tweaking. It's a little rough when you first start it. Seems fine.
Welcome back to another episode of Stage Zero Garage, and on another episode of the Fleet and Focus series. Our next subject is the '79 Dodge Aspen, which has been seen but hasn't had a full video done on it alone, and that's what we're doing. I'm gonna kill you.
What? So, take 2, because Jason's an idiot and can't seem to remember to press record. Am I recording? Yes. We're counting up too, so we know we're still recording.
You should double check.
I'm looking at see it's 16.
Are you
17.
sure?
I'm counting it. Okay, well, yeah. Here's Reece in the period correct clothing. It's a nice top you got there. I'm actually jealous.
I'm sweltering.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you, and then you can show my proper shirt. I'm sporting the Dodge White Hat Special t-shirt
for the Dart,
and tucked in t-shirt as well, because that's period as correct as I can get.
Would it really be a Mopar video without a Dodge shirt?
Yeah. So let's do a walk around and point out all the flaws. Not the floors, the flaws, and point out all the flaws.
Point out all the flaws and defects.
Yeah, so this will take 2 minutes. You know, this car has got very low miles. This is all original.
30,000.
30,000.
959, bordering on 960. It's
Yep.
like gonna turn over if we move it.
So the only thing that's really been done with this car is
The wheels.
these rims. Those are, if you recognize them, they're from the maroon, not little red 79 Dodge Stepside that I brought back from Washington. I thought they looked better on this car.
It's
Better than the Grandma rims that were on there, the Steelies with the hubcaps. So here we have a mirror. Driver's side, no passenger.
That was optional.
Was it even optional?
That's a good question.
The vinyl roof with the smaller window.
Yeah, the Landau top was like, if you were gonna get anything for the top, that's what everyone got. You either got this, and this window usually is a lot bigger, but with the vinyl top, they filled a lot of it in. I think it usually goes to about here. And if you pull this off, you can kind of see the molding they put in to cover it. The other option you could get was, I think it was called like the Halo top, and it was kind of reverse. You had it up here and on the pillars, but you didn't have anything on the side. And I think it just went down part of the pillar, and it was like kind of skinny on the sides, and it looked kind of weird, but I always thought it was really cool.
So could you do both and get like full roof?
I really
vinyl?
want to know. I feel like if we find a bad enough Aspen, we can make it happen.
Unleaded gasoline only. I love the crooked sticker and the massive. I fought with
That
this one
even
a couple
has
times.
trim on it.
Yeah, this thing is.
And speaking of
huge.
trim,
I think you can put it on either way.
I also believe that this might be a special edition.
I think a SE.
Yeah, because this was what they looked like. It just doesn't have the SE badging.
Okay.
I think for the last 2 years, I just don't think they badged them.
Johnson Fortnum. That's where my family got all of our Dodges from. We were a Dodge family. We lived in Berlin. So it was kind of neat to get that. And we bought it from Berlin. So second owner.
Yeah, and the people who had it before us had it for like 30 years. And then the owner before that was an old lady.
Old lady, yes, who left her pants in the trunk. We'll show you the pants. Could probably, this is fading a little bit. That's about it. That and this damage here that someone repaired. This is literally when the guy was showing me the car. We were walking around here and he said, "You take a look, there's no damage. This thing's never been in an accident." This looks like a repair. And you pull in and you open up the trunk and you can see like they hammered it out. But yeah, not a very good job fixing that, whoever did it. It's not horrible, it's not noticeable, it's just
it was primitive.
it could be better. And going all the way around. Yep, here's another defect. Area of restoration. That's it, then we'll be done. So this was, from what I can tell, in an accident probably early in its life when it was still worth it to fix it. And if you look at the hood, sometimes you can see some particulates in the paint. It matched really well. They either painted the whole thing or they did a really good job matching it. There's really nowhere you can tell other than down here. You can see where they had replaced this panel, and this panel overlaps this one, so I don't know what exactly, unless it was a rust repair, but I doubt it.
I don't think anyone's repairing rust on these.
Yeah. Underneath, really clean. Floors are really good. The rockers are really good. You can see what looks like dripping paint. I'm assuming it's from the repaint. I'll have to look on the other side to see if it's there. That or it's that bad from the factory.
Quality control moment.
Yeah. And then this is an area that these like to rust right here. And this one is no different. It actually has a little bit of rust starting on both sides. Nothing that can't be repaired very quickly. Mostly just sand it down and maybe even just tack it in a little bit. But Yeah, really clean undercarriage. Some of the, like the driveline components look like they've got some surface rust, maybe from sitting for so many years. Maybe they had it outside. Oh wait. What was I doing wrong, Reese? I was looking for the hood release. Why is there no hood release? Because
it's in the grill.
It's on the grill.
How to do it?
What? How to do it? It's probably just the lift. Slant 6.
Single barrel.
Repainted. Something splashed on my repaint.
That's annoying.
This is actually primer under here. Damn it. Probably brake clean. Or brake fluid. No, I don't think it's brake fluid. I haven't had to put any fluids in this thing since I bought it. When I bought it, there was a vacuum leak, so I went through and I changed the gasket on the carburetor. It's a single barrel, and then I also did the intake for the intake exhaust manifold, valve cover gasket, and while I had that off, I went through and painted it. So I painted, all the blue stuff here. When I had it off, I got in, I cleaned this all up really good. Not that it was all that hard, it wasn't that dirty. And then I just, gave some of the stuff a coat of paint. And you can see all the rust protection all over the place, which is nice. It's got the single barrel carburetor that's good for 90 horsepower and about 160 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60 in 16 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
And it does not have the 2-barrel. That's the Super 6, and you get a bigger air cleaner and a 2-barrel carburetor. And I think you pick up probably 15 horsepower on that. It's not really for performance as much as it is better drivability, and so I did remove the one little bit of EGR that was up here, and so something interesting about Aspens and Volaris was that, so instead of the typical longitudinal torsion bars where the torsion bars are up here and they go through to the back, these are, you can maybe come in here and see this, these are transverse, so they actually these are transverse, so they actually go this way, sideways. And what that does is it actually allows, so when you hit a bump, it actually allows the wheel to move back a little bit as well, and that helps absorb a little bit more of the bumps. And it also takes up less space. I think they only used it on these, and of course the M bodies, which the M bodies came after this.
M bodies, they were really just the same platform as this. They just with updated aesthetics, and those lasted all the way until '89.
What were the cars of the
Diplomat, the Grand Fury, the LeBaron, the Fifth Avenue. I think there was a New Yorker in there somewhere. But, and the fact that these had the same platforms, you could hypothetically do some questionable front-end swaps. Maybe there's a Diplomat with an Aspen front end, or a LeBaron with a Volare front end.
They have funny names for them. You said
the Asmat, which more
not the Aspulamat, or the Diplo,
and then I think
the Diplopen?
And then I think the other one was the Volbaron. Clever. I know. I'm all for them. They actually look pretty cool.
Yeah, these Aspens went from 76 to 80. So it was a 5-year run. They did, I think, 1.8 million between the Aspen and the Volare. And
that encompassed all the body styles. Yeah. Sedan, coupe, station wagon. Station wagons are nice. I don't see any of those. Mexico maybe had them another year.
I want to show a little bit more of like, so you don't see this a lot either, is you have all the stickers. Everything is still attached. When I painted the valve cover, I made sure to keep that sticker there. I didn't really clean the underside of this hood very well when I got it, did I? That seems surprising.
You did at one point.
Nah, I didn't do a very good job. All right, let's go to the trunk.
Very neat key with the, looks like a casino chip.
Oh. Yep, and there's Kusa. So inside the trunk, we have wafting, the 1979 smell.
Wafting.
And what do we have? We have all sorts of things that are period correct. Now these did not come with the car, but I picked these up because I thought it was pretty cool that we had
Themed props.
It's a nice picnic basket. Put that there. Thermos for when we have our picnic. And it's lovely, lovely chair.
For the picnic.
For the car show. So the car shows, we're all set. We just need one more chair. These pants were in
The trunk.
These pants were in the trunk. Should I put them on?
Can.
Huh?
Yeah. Getting to it.
All right. Oh, I should have been wearing these from the beginning. Look at that. They go right with my shirt. Okay. I'm going to start talking like my grandma. My grandma wore these. These are literally like what she wore all the time. So when we bought this and I opened up the trunk and we found these in there, I just couldn't stop laughing. I love them. We hang them up on the seats when we do the car shows. So let's look at this beautiful trunk here. So I have, actually this is a mini spare from the Cherokee, the XJ. I didn't have a spare and I found out it's the same bolt pattern, so I threw the spare here. And this is the original rims and hubcap. And these tires are Goodyear Tiempos.
It's a snow tire in the winter, it's a rain tire in the fall, it's a sun tire in the summer, it's the one that does it all.
Goodyear Tiempos ran from 1979 to sometime, I think, maybe into the 90s, but the patent ran out. They let the patent run out on these in 99. So the code on this one, there's 3 codes I have between the 4 tires that I took off. These were what were on the car when I bought it, and the codes were, because this is when they still use the 3 date codes. The codes were 9, 3, and 5. So that could have been 83, 93, 93, or 93 or 95, or 79 or 89. So we're guessing anywhere between, let's go 89 and 93 to 95. But if you look at these tires, I mean, tires do not last that long. These are not dry rotted, they're not cracked, and they have good treads. So I changed them because everyone was like, you need to change these because they're going to blow up on you. That may be, but I don't see any indication that would happen. But yeah, let's look at these again, shall we? These are beautiful, and they're on 215 65 R15s. Those are here 195 75 14. So we've got a little bit. And if you come back here and get from behind Reece, you can see it's got a much better
Profile.
and footprint.
It also,
And these came off the Riata. So the Riata had those 15-inch rims that were stock. I didn't like them. I wanted these rims, and so because I got 17-inch rims for the Errata, I had these tires, all worked out, no cost. Anyway, so yeah, back to these. These are fun to have in the trunk because at one of the last car shows, you know, a guy thought it was really interesting that I had Goodyear Tiempos because he knew tires, because I think he was a dealer. But yeah, here's the floor, nice and clean. Here's that, you know, this is all nice and clean back there, and it's full of sticky undercoating or rust prevention, rust proofing. The original jack is still here. Doesn't look like it's really ever been used. I don't think I'd ever want to use it. I can't remember. I think these are okay. I don't think that'll bend them, but they were never stable. All you needed was something and the whole car would just
crush you
and kill people. So so that's the trunk, and still got the whole jack usage and stowage.
They even did they even actually illustrated the Aspen, like the taillights and stuff.
Nice. Do they have to change it for each year when they change the taillights?
Nah, this one's a 76 to 77.
Okay.
They came up with a sticker and stuck with it.
So yeah, you have to be careful when you close, because
The trunk actually sounds really quiet when you close it. What a lovely depiction.
What happened? What did I hit? Is this? Where's the key? Did I hit that when I was? I think I must have somehow latched that when we were screwing around. Nice. So, all right, well, I think that pretty much covers all the exterior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, you know, you have these cars where there's just really not much
To show.
A lot of nice chrome though. One thing I do want to change is these are all old and shrunk, so you get a little bit more wind noise than I think is necessary. We'll take her for a drive, get driving impressions, and then we'll do a little bit more detail about the interior. So, the one thing I really like about these new tires, sure they maybe handle a little bit better, but I can go around the traffic circles and not lose a hubcap. And I had one very troublesome hubcap that used to pop off all the time.
LLV.
And who's driving that LLV?
The missus.
It's the mother. I know this postal worker. Ah. Bye. Yeah, one of the hubcaps, back to the hubcaps, I had to put my phone number on it because I kept losing it. I finally got it adjusted so that it would stay on good.
And then you got these wheels.
And then I got the wheels. But you always want the hubcap that falls off, you know, on the passenger side, because otherwise they're shooting out into traffic and then it's gone for good, or someone runs it over. So it's nice having the rims. Sometimes I forget I have them and I go around it.
You take it a lot more gently than you could have.
Yeah, I'm like, oh wait, I can go faster. We'll actually hit a couple to show how well they work. So we'll even jump on the highway and then come back. Yeah, when we first bought it too, it didn't have a really good idle. It was a little bit rough and had a hard time keeping running.
Always seemed to take a minute to start more than it does now.
Yeah.
pee again.
Let's go bother her somewhere.
It's a mission.
Sexy mail carrier. I've kissed that mail lady.
Every man's dream.
There she is. Oh, hot mama.
And not only does this give a good drive,
It's got good low end torque. Like,
Yeah.
it's nice taking off. 0 to 60, 16 seconds. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But
Yep.
when you're just in town, it's got more than enough, get up and go.
oh, it's peanut working. Looks like I like that. Looks like a 98 town car.
Yeah, not mine, see what he's up to. It's got I think a 271 rear end and the lock-up torque converter. So I think I'm usually running like 19, 20 miles per gallon combined. I swear the one day I got in the mid-20s. I wish it didn't have just the bench. I want to get they make a nice center console for here, but they're like $100 and some bucks. But it's hard for me to not, have something going in it, because it does have some body lean. It's not as noticeable on the when you're behind it. But you got the bench seat, so you got the arm. When you got your best girl.
And this person's being silly.
I kind of did the same thing. So. The Beetle.
The Alero. Oh, we got an all-star crowd over there.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, and that Suburban way down the street.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Mini wins. Grand Jam was just, the Alero was too embarrassed. I had to turn off.
It's good B-roll.
We'll just go this way. Oh boy.
Whoa, mama.
Hatch is already on the third.
It ships.
And it's just good, yeah.
It shifts really smoothly.
So we'll jump over to the highway. And one thing to kind of notice that I really like about this car is, okay, I'm just gonna go. Just sit here and wait for me. No, don't wave him on when I'm going.
Prick.
Oh, that's where I was when I think I had a vapor lock.
In this?
Yeah, it was really hot, and I opened up the hood because it stopped at that intersection. And I opened up the hood, and I still had the glass see-through fuel filter, and you could just see it bubbling there. So I just realized, I just need to wait a few moments, give it a bunch of gas, and then start it up.
One of the most embarrassing things, breaking down on the road in a classic car.
At least no one's like judging you, like, oh, what a shitty car you have. Oh, what a cool car. Too bad it.
Hope you get it fixed.
Actually, a guy did stop. He's like, you good? I'll follow you back. I'm good. I can live with home.
That's funny though.
So yeah, back to so both windows are open. And
The wind noise is still to a minimum.
yeah, there's like, when you're driving in town,
And it's
it's not windy, your hair's not blowing around, and you'll see when we get on the highway, it's still really good. And so we'll be pushing
70.
75, 80.
And the other thing, and it's not like the Riata where it completely restricts wind.
The Riata.
The Riata's a nightmare to drive when it's hot out.
Yeah, I determined 85 is the temperature at which it becomes
Undrivable.
uncomfortable.
And should not be driven.
Well, it's not. It's just once you get up to 90, it's really, really bad. But yeah, there's like no airflow. or when there is, it's not enough to move cold air on you.
And it's comfortable.
I mean, I guess that's nice that it's controlled and it's not noisy or windy and Riata. But you know, enough about the Riata. That's a car for another
Video.
Look at this XJ here.
I got it.
Nice, a little rusty.
Well, most of them are.
Except mine.
There was a time.
All right, so here we go. Now I have it floored. We're doing 65. Our hair's aren't, our hair's not going nuts. We're having a conversation.
We can still hear each other. We don't
Yeah.
have to yell too much.
First to introduce
Tune into the FM radio. Sorry, AM only.
So that on the seat is our stereo.
I finally.
So, instead of getting, upgrading the radio and putting in, because it's got front and back speakers, just one on front, one in back.
They're both on the same side of the car. Well, actually, no. There's.
Hard to say. You could have stereo back there, but I don't want to change anything in this car. It's just too
It's-
perfect the way it is.
Why butcher it?
Yeah, and it's not how it was made.
And it was made with AM only radio.
And that actually puts out enough sound for me to
Be comfortable listening to shit on that.
check out the suspension on this. Nice. Stop. Check out the brakes. And that weren't my radio.
And the seat.
Oh, that was the radio.
Oh.
Rolling off the back and hitting the seat. My boombox.
I'll film the outside of the car.
I gotta hold on. It did alright, and I didn't lose any hubcaps.
The other thing I've observed is how weirdly optioned this car was. Because it had the vinyl top and it has like all the trim, but AM radio and like a pretty bare bones AC.
So I don't know if you can see. If you can zoom in on the brake pedal. I don't know if you can see if it looks a little bit bent.
Yeah, it comes out perfect.
I think that was part of the accident. I think both feet went on the brake pedal, and she this is
Slammed.
clearly bent.
Something happened.
Yeah. So you got it's metal up here. The plastic on here, it's got a little bit of softness to it, but it's not cracked.
It's almost nice that it's soft and not overly brittle.
Yeah. This side, I'm assuming, I don't know when this was purchased, but it's a nice little addition. You got to be careful though. Stuff will fly off if you
Hit it wrong.
hit that roundabout too fast. It's got the no cigarette lighter. It's got the delay wiper, so you can adjust the delay, low and high speed. The digital chronometer,
Which for
with the hers and the min adjustments.
Which I feel like for 79, a digital clock was a bit revolutionary. in a car, but I don't know. When did it become more mainstream?
Yeah, hard to say.
Whenever we take this thing out, I always wonder if we're gonna run into the black Aspen.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that guy's Aspen in a while. That was nice.
There's
He
this-
actually considered buying this one and went for the RT, I think it might have been.
Yeah, his was a 76.
18.
His was a 76 RT. Maybe I think it was a little rougher, but it was still.
It was definitely rougher. It was about as rough as that truck.
But it was worth what it was.
If you put bedliner over rust, guess what happens? It rusts even worse.
That's bedliner.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it is.
Bedliner the whole thing.
Ripped tailgate.
Ripped everything.
That thing slams down, man. It's snapping. Also, no engine noise at all.
It's so freaking.
It sounds like an electric car. Unless you're like in a quiet area.
I mean, Slant 6 with 30,000 miles. If you ever see an article that says, you know, the 6 best engines, 10 best engines that America ever made, Slant 6 is always on it.
It's a nice
These
looking,
last forever.
it's a nice looking first gen Intrepid.
Oh, yeah.
What an odd lineup. We got a first gen
I
Intrepid
really
followed by
like
a
that.
Z06 or a ZR1.
This is where I dyed that one. Seems okay now. Wow, that's really clean.
That is really clean.
I want to get that.
But that's a one owner car.
Because that's my next. Oh, they're test driving their Jeep.
7350. Hope they buy it.
Oh, God.
Oh, it is a Z06.
Okay, we're just going to go then. But I'm following him. I must follow at all costs.
Calm down, buddy. You got a V6 Charger. It's not that serious.
I got a Slant 6 Aspen.
Doesn't even have the rust through the fuel tank.
I think that's later.
I think that was just the one, the 98 to 04. Now that I think about it, you were right. Or whenever they stopped me.
Oh, I'm cruising.
I love taking this curve up here in the Grand Marquis.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go 35 and take the turn at speed. And it rolls, but in a good way.
Yeah,
This is a good cruiser.
Here it comes.
What?
So much about that guy that just
Screamed, I own that truck. Real Hoss energy.
It's just we're gonna give her all she got.
The launch dies.
It's left braking. All right, we're gonna lower her up a little bit and go. Oh, here we go.
Oh man. Oh boy. Oh mama.
30, 35. There, I'll slow down, man. We're overdoing it.
We don't want to kill her.
I see the guy in the. I had the Mustangs looking over.
Yeah, I saw him.
You get so many. I get more looks in this car than probably almost any of the other ones.
Newly spawned Cutlass. Looks pretty nice. Rest of the fleet.
Part of the lineup. Part of the lineup.
Yep.
Should we do it? Do it there.
We could. The way you shift this thing. I'm so gentle with it. You're just like throwing it around.
Oh, 3,969 miles.
Nice. It's the funny number. It's
right.
the funny number.
So while we're in here, let's look at the interior. Okay.
Oh look,
Nicely, it's. I like the door panel. God, these are really huge.
these are big door panels.
And they're not like, you know, folded on the corners or rotted. you know, there's a little bit of fading on some of the harder plastics. So
Not even much.
especially like you can see it there, you know, it's kind of got that fading working its way up. And I thought about getting, you can get a dye to go over that, but this is our glove compartment. We got our cup holders. No!
It's about as much of a cup holder as
What are you gonna put there?
the Europeans. I have the same question for them.
Will it actually hold? It probably would hold a regular can. Oh, I did have one. Don't tell Mother I have one of these. Oh, it's probably almost full too. Oh, it's only missing 2.
Do you want me to put it in my car and use it?
Yeah. Is she still taking it?
Yeah.
All right. I hate the baseball season.
For people who have nothing better to do and like baseball games, you
Wisconsin, gotta get 8 gallons or 7 gallons, and you get a stamp when you go to BP, and then you fill it up, and you can get a free ticket to the nosebleed seats at the ball game. And Mom loves the ball games. She loves the sports ball teams and
They be making all the sports points.
Yeah,
and I understand nothing.
It's fun though.
The baseball fandom is interesting.
Anywho, so there's one thing that's broken on this, and it's apparently the seat. And I think there's a piece missing, so it kind of. But ashtray there.
Wait, where are the Astros?
It's on the side there. The pillow came with it.
It's a very period pillow.
The horn doesn't work. He said he disconnected it when it
Kept going off.
These frickin' pants are hot over my jeans.
You should take them off.
I should take the jeans off and just wear these. You seem really comfy.
You're a menace.
Mirror.
Pick up.
Nice headliner. That's in good shape.
The beautiful dome light.
Yes, it didn't seem to come on.
I've never seen it come on when I've been driving it. These like the coat rack things.
Yep, that's for hanging your hangers.
Had these really early on for a lot of cars.
So we didn't drive with the windows closed, but just pretend it was very similar to driving them with them open, just a little quieter. Yes. You can hear a little wind noise, but otherwise it's pretty damn quiet.
Oh, there's even a little vent thing down here.
Oh yeah, so that's your extra cooling. So we each have one. So you close it and open it, you get a little bit of floor air.
Truck has that too, but it's a lot.
The truck one actually is directly open to the heater box, and because there's always some amount of coolant going to the heater box, or it's always a bit open, you get warm air coming through there. So we don't have that.
You get a makeshift heater.
Yeah. So I think we covered all the bases. I mean, it's the base model. We covered all the bases of the base model.
There's really much to go over.
Yeah. It's an awesome car. I love it. I just don't really see myself ever really getting rid of it.
And
it's a good. Okay, to be honest, if I were to get a Duster, I would probably dump this because it would be redundant. You know, but we have plenty of people in the family that want this car.
And if you did so, you guys use the proceeds for.
Where's the mic? Oh,
you guys use the proceeds for a Duster. But no, this is like, because you wanted a Slant 6.
Yeah.
Duster, and this is.
Well, when that Fury 3 came up, I actually considered selling this to get that 72.
It was a 69.
That red one?
Yeah, it was a 69 or a 70.
Okay, yeah, it was a Fury 3, and I watched that thing for probably 20 years in town and wanted it. Disappeared for a while, and then it came up for sale, and then
it's sold again.
Yeah, but I think he wanted like 6.4, 7.
I think you made the better choice keeping this.
Yeah, no, this is good. Car shows are awesome. People love this car. They walk up to it, and you can just see, even it's nice too because the moms like it. You know, there's not always a lot of cars for grandma or mother to look at and go, oh, I remember one of these. You know, I had one of these when I was younger, and so they find it's neat. And the Slant 6 is even neater because it's another engine you don't see at car shows.
And whenever we had it open, we'd listen. Everyone had a story.
Yep, you could, even as they were walking up, you'd hear, oh, Slant 6, and And so the interest that this brings makes the car shows a lot more fun. And having this next to the black truck, which was my pride and joy, I put all that work and energy into.
And people look at this
right by it to this thing, and I'm like, did you see the truck? Can I talk about the truck? No, let's talk about the granny pants.
I feel that too. Like when I'm at the show, and I'm like, ask me about my Volvo.
All right, all right, all right.